Hi, my name's Tami Lewis with Joyful Mom, and today we're going to talk about community and the power of community. So we're going to start with Mark Hyman. He is an American physician and a best-selling author. He's the founder and medical director of the Ultra Wellness Center. And this is what he says. He says, the power of community to create health is far greater than any physician, clinic, or hospital. That is so powerful. Think about that. If we create community, that is one of the best things we can do for our emotional well-being. I find that really important. The whole purpose of Joyful Mom is to walk beside moms and help them with their emotional state. We want to create or to inspire moms to be in the best emotional state that they can be. Why? Because when mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And that's just real. When you as a mom are in a good place, your household runs better. Even if the circumstances don't change, the feel and environment of the home does. Because you are the pulse of your family. I strongly believe that. The mom sets the tone. You're not responsible for everything, so don't get me wrong, but you do set a tone. So helping you create that emotional well-being is of utmost importance. And what Mark Hyman is saying is that that can be done through community. So so before I even get to that, the question is, do you even have time for community? You've got so much you're doing. You've got soccer games, you've got swim practice, you've got youth group, you've got Bible study, you've got all these things, and you're like the taxi mom, right? Or you can be. I have high schoolers, so I am total taxi mom. And it doesn't often feel like I have time to pour into myself. But I think we have to make this a priority. You may need to get rid of something. You may have to say, you know what, I cannot drive you on Tuesday nights because I have something that pours into me. And that's what I did here at this station. I'm a military wife, and you may think, oh, well, you're a military wife, and so you automatically have community around you. And that's just not real. We do, in a sense, have community around us, but we also have a very nomadic lifestyle. And so as soon as I get close to somebody, I often have them whisked away to another duty station, or within 3 months of me meeting this amazing woman, I get whisked away to a new duty station. Like, I can't count how many times that has happened, that I meet somebody who's just a bosom friend, and it's the last 3 to 4 months of my tour. So as a military wife, we have had to get really good at creating community. So that's why I started Tuesday Tea. And I want to tell you about that, but I really want to tell you about a mentor of mine who doesn't even know she's probably a mentor. And that's a beautiful thing about it, right? She just poured into me without her even knowing what she was doing. But her name is Bessie. And when I was stationed in Georgia, she had a need of reaching out and building a community. And so she taught me a lot. She started I don't even know if we named it, but it was a lunch group. And she emailed about 10 of us and said, hey, I need like-minded people to get together once a month and have lunch together. And that was it. There was no agenda. There was no anything. It was just, we wanted to get together and talk and be friends. Now, we didn't all know each other, but by the end of it, that became my closest set of friends because we truly poured into one another once a month. It was amazing. The agenda was very simple, that there was no agenda. It was, we get together, we have lunch, and we talk. I think we get so caught up in needing to do something. So we have Bible study, we have book club, we have youth group, there's almost always something required of us to every event that we're attending. And this was something that nothing was required. We literally brought something to share and just talked. It fed my soul so much. And so those did become my closest friends. And what did she teach me? She taught me 3 things. She taught me, number 1, if the community doesn't exist, then you need to go out and create it. And that was such an important lesson for me because I spent my time going, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And that taught me, you know what? I'm in charge. I can go create this. Number 2, she taught me to keep one event in my life that doesn't require anything of me. That I can show up and just enjoy. And also didn't require anything of anybody else. So it wasn't that I was just taking, it was that the whole group showed up and had nothing required of anyone. It was beautiful. And number 3, she taught me that it's all right to invite people of like-mindedness. Now, she kept her group between like 8 to 10 people, and we were very purposeful with that. When somebody would leave, we would invite somebody else. If we wanted somebody else, but we were already at 10, we're like, sorry. And we kept it very purposeful. Because she had started it, we honored that commitment. But it was okay to create that kind of community. So I've kept this in mind for each station that I've been at. And often I will look for something in the community to get involved in. But if there is nothing, that's where I created Tuesday Tea. Tuesday Tea started because we saw the need of people moving in and thought, let's get together and just invite them to our house. And so we did. There was about 3 of us who started this. We were already kind of close. Well, we were already close friends, and we just started to invite people. Now, ours has not been set to a limit of number of people, but we do kind of make sure that we're going to be like-minded in who we invite. And it has become this place where we get together, and again, it's the same type of thing. There is no agenda. So Tuesday Tea, what is it? People come to my house every Tuesday night, and I maybe vacuum, I pick up a little bit, and then I pull out the tea mugs. And that's as much as it requires of me. I put on some hot water, pull out the tea mugs, and everybody just joins. We come in our comfy clothes, and we sit and talk. Now, people may bring dessert if they feel like it. I may put on a crock pot because I'm feeding my family already, and so then I just invite people to eat what I've put on. I do make sure I usually do a crock pot on Tuesdays because it's an easy way to fill people up, but I'm not feeding a huge dinner. My husband was looking at some of the things I needed to get rid of in my life, and we started talking about what things do. And when it came to Tuesday Tea, he said, "What does this do for you?" I said, "Tuesday Tea fills my soul." And he's like, "Then that one stays. That's a keeper." And so we've kept that in our lives because it's something, like I said, that doesn't require anything of me. It doesn't require anything of anyone else. And there's no agenda. So I want to encourage you to find your own Tuesday Tea, whatever that may be. You may be in a place where you need to fill your mind. And so you do a book club. You may be in a place where you need laughter. So play bunco. You may need in a place where you just need to come in your sweats and be who you are. So invite them for Tuesday Tea. Start your own community. Make it happen because you are important and your mental health is important. So let's talk about 5 things that are questions to consider when starting your own, we're just going to call it Tuesday Tea, but your own community event, whatever you want to call it. Number 1, what are your values? And what values do you want to be aligned with? Because you do want to invite like-minded people into your community, because these are going to be your closest friends. Number 2, what is the purpose and goal of creating or joining your community? And that's what we're talking about. For me, my purpose was to have no agenda. You may need a book club because you need to fill your mind. You may need laughter, like I said, so you do bunco. What is your purpose and goal? And then meet that. Number 3, how often do you want to engage with this community? I do mine weekly, but you can do it however often. You can do every other week. You can do once a month. What is it that will pour into you and not drain you? That's my biggest question when you look at how often do you want to engage? Make sure it's something that feeds you rather than drains you. All right, number 4, how do you want to structure your community? You can do a Facebook group. We have a Facebook chat only because I didn't want to run a Facebook group. And the chat allows us to go, all right, Tuesday Tea has changed to a different location today, or Tuesday Tea, we're actually meeting at the bowling alley tonight. And so it allows us to keep up on where it is and who's bringing what, because that's where I'll put in like, hey, I'm making this. Would everybody bring sour cream or something? So how do you want yours to be structured? Do you want it to be a play date at the park? Do you want it to be at somebody's house? Do you want it rotating so that everybody takes a turn hosting? Think through how you want to structure it before you get started. That way it's not all of a sudden like on you. And number 5, what do you offer the group? And what do you want to receive? Again, it's what you're needing at this time, Mom. If you need something that encourages your brain, you may be bringing to the group a book club. And you may say, you know what, I offer them good conversation about a certain topic. For me, I offered a nice place to come and not be a mom for a moment. Just to leave your kids at home and come have tea. That's what I was offering. So what do you offer to the group? And then how can you collaborate with a few others? For me, it's a rotation. If I need the day off, somebody else will host for me. Or if I need somebody to bring dinner, they're more than willing to bring it. So we kind of have this working as a group mentality. So a community, like I said, is just so important to your emotional health. And that's what I believe in, is the emotional well-being of moms. So I would love, love, love to hear from you. What kind of community you create? What's your Tuesday tea? And if you don't have anything and you want to just start with that, create your own Tuesday tea. It's so simple. Literally call 2 friends and say, come over Tuesday night, and start there. You don't have to start with 8 to 10 people. You can start with 1. Whatever it is, Mom, that feeds your soul. Find out what feeds your soul. All right, so if you do have a Tuesday tea that you do, please message me. I would love to hear it. Oh, and I'm going to put below a worksheet on just creating your own community event. So if you need something kind of to follow the guidelines for, that's going to be in the link below. And if you need to know more of my story of why do I do this, why is emotional well-being so important to me, look on my YouTube channel. I think it's called My Story, and you'll hear a little bit about my background and why this is so valuable to me. All right, God bless, and I hope you find joy in the journey.